Hi Sloths, and welcome back to Unpopular Opinion, the show that somehow hasn't pissed off the internet yet. Now, for this 10th episode, it's a bit special, so I wanted to do something a little bit different, because it's, the 10th episode. So, you might have picked up on the pattern of, starting from the first episode, it went from negative and negative and positive again. And it just kept on going like that. But for this episode, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to do an opinion that's neither negative or positive. It's definitely an opinion of mine, but it's very one-sided, I'd say. And that is, in my opinion, Minecraft is actually quite scary. It's terrifying sometimes. And there's several topics I want to go over. Those are being atmosphere, glitches, fears, mobs, sounds, urban legends, and hackers, scammers, and of course predators. So what I want to actually start off with first is none of those. I know, a bit pointless to go about talking about those things and being like, oh well, we're not even going to talk about those just yet. We'll wait. So what I want to talk about first is the results of the polls that I posted recently. And the reason why is because it's kind of connected. So the first poll I decided to do was just a little thing because I recently just got back into playing Minecraft and I thought to myself, well, these massive dripstone caves, they are really annoying. But then I also came across copper for the first time, and I was like, why Mojang, why? There's just too much copper. I absolutely hate copper, and I hate dripstone caves. I hate giant caves, there's just too much. Anyway, so from that poll, I asked, what's the most annoying things? There was several to choose from, including dripstone caves, creepers, water, copper, and something else I can't really remember. Probably like phantoms or something like that. Anyway, so 50% said dripstone caves are the most annoying thing in Minecraft, which is perfectly viable. I actually said that, in my opinion, either dripstone caves or copper is the most annoying thing in Minecraft right now. And the other 50% said that copper and water are also like the most annoying thing, so 25% for each, for both copper and water. So clearly copper and water, just really annoying things. I put water in there because I have had many experiences where water's just flown down and destroyed all my lights, and it's just, it can be really annoying. Plus I also suffer from thalassophobia, so when I go near water, even in games, it can be kind of terrifying, and I find that really annoying because there's just water everywhere in Minecraft. And what's really, really annoying, which I'll get into a bit more of later, sometimes Minecraft just likes to spawn you in ocean biomes, and that's really, really horrible for me. Anyway, next poll results. Is Minecraft scary? And this is, I've always had this opinion of Minecraft being scary. And I've also, since I've started doing Minecraft again recently, I've also asked other people online, friends and stuff. Friends have all said that, Minecraft's not even scary. Vanilla Minecraft is not scary. I mean, if you chuck it full of mods, then yeah, you can make it scary. But in and of itself, it's not all that terrifying. I mean, there's a few creepy things like the new Warden and cave sounds being creepy, and, the Nether is literally hell. So there's that. But no one really seems to think it's all that scary. I even took online to YouTube and had a look there, and honestly, I couldn't see many videos saying like Minecraft is actually really scary. And a lot of the ones that I have seen is, oh, I made Minecraft scary with these mods, and it's like, dude, come on, that's not what I asked for. So yeah, I decided to do this poll because I knew I was going to do this video. So, results of the poll. 80% of people in that poll said that Minecraft is not scary, vanilla Minecraft, whereas 20% would say otherwise. Just a single person in that entire poll, I know not many people voted, but a single person said that Minecraft is scary. 80% said it's not scary, and I want to prove to you this game can be scary on its own. So, with all the polls and intro stuff out of the way, let's get into the first category, atmosphere. So, let's talk about the atmosphere of Minecraft itself. So, what I want to start out with is saying the ambience in Minecraft really does a really good job of creating an off-putting atmosphere that can cause players to feel really isolated and alone, and there's just something empty about Minecraft's world due to how simple and lifeless everything is. It can really be just off-putting and creepy, and let's even look into it a little bit further with things like abandoned mine shafts and strongholds. They're all dark and elaborate and dangerous, and they're full of mystery and deadly mobs. You've got zombie villages. They're really rare, but it's a broken down village full of zombie villagers. It's like something out of the apocalypse, basically. Then you've got things like night, where it spawns more hostile mobs and the world gets dark and can cause anxiety and a sense of being overwhelmed. Being in dark areas can limit your ability to see, especially without Optifine, torches or other light sources, which can cause dread and a sense of foreboding. Then you've got, inside of caves, you can very easily get lost. Now, I don't know why, but I have no sense of direction whatsoever. So, the way I have to navigate caves is place a torch down, mostly to the left, and always go the leftmost path, and then turn around, and then go to the next path. That's what I usually do. But a lot of the times I still get really, really lost because the new cave generation is very, very convoluted. And there's so many branching pathways, twists and turns, giant ravines, massive chasms, and of course the new ancient cities. Which, the ancient city is full of like these moss-like sensors that can make sounds that alert mobs, especially the new Warden mob, to your whereabouts. Okay, that is terrifying. Giving mobs the ability to just know where you are and all converge on you, that is horrible. Now, let's talk about some of the older stuff. Let's talk about fog and render distance. Now, back in the day, fog was the spookiest thing in Minecraft whatsoever. I actually play with fog off because it's really annoying, and clouds as well. I don't think I have clouds on because I tend to live like high up, like in mountains and things like that. And I also love exploring mountains, and especially with the new mountains as well, from the new Caves and Cliffs update. And mountains are much bigger and much more impressive now. Fog and clouds can really limit your visibility, and I find that really annoying, so I play with them off. But back in the day, you couldn't really control that as much. So back in like alpha and things like that, players would always, or at least very often, play with fog on. And fog and lower rendering distance often spooked players, causing them to think there are like strange objects or even players off in the distance when nothing is actually there. Now let's make a quick U-turn and talk about some more caves and foresty stuff. So caves, being in places like caves or forests, can really make the player feel really uneasy, like they're being watched, which can cause paranoia. Now let's go to the end. The end is like a mostly empty void. It's full of nothing but these very strange and eerie mobs, which we all know are three mobs? 3 different mobs in there? No, wait, yeah, 3? 3. I think it's 3. Yeah, 3. Okay, so 3 mobs. Obviously, the Endermen, which are horrible, and I'll talk about them later. Then there's the Ender Dragon, you know, it's a big boss. Cool. It's not really, I wouldn't say it's like creepy or scary, it's very tough, but if you know what you're doing, it's not that bad. It can be a little bit overpowered sometimes, but it's generally quite fine. And then you've got the Shulkers, which are really annoying enemies. Really, really annoying. When I first came across a Shulker, I didn't know what they did. And, let's say I died from a very, very long fall. Oh dear, I hate Shulkers. Now, the last thing. One of the most toughest parts of the atmosphere. And that is the Nether. The Nether is literally hell. It's a very, very unforgiving area full of lava, fire, and tough mobs. And the sounds in the Nether are also really, really great at causing this disturbing ambience that really makes you feel like you're alone and you're about to die. Or at least something like that. Now, with all of the atmosphere stuff out of the way, let's talk about something a little bit less scary and a bit more awkward. And that is glitches. So, glitches, what are they? They are very simple to explain. They're things that happen in the game that shouldn't happen because of some sort of incorrect or broken code. It's a programming failure, basically. That's what a glitch is. Now let's actually talk about some glitches that are kinda creepy or scary. So the first one that I want to talk about is how you can very, very randomly and very, very rarely fall through the world. And it can really freak players out because they're not expecting it. You could just be walking along and a chunk doesn't load properly. Or some blocks just don't load properly. Or whatever. And then you just bloop, fall out the world and die. And you lose all your stuff. That is horrible, and it happens. And there also used to be a very, very, very early glitch called the world hole, where entire chunks would not load. And you could literally just jump into it and just die. There you go. Done. So, what do I want to talk about next in terms of glitches? Herobrine. Yes, I know, Herobrine is most known for being more of a creepy urban legend. However, it's also known to be a bit of a glitch. So, there was once a thought that Herobrine might have actually been the old player model. So, back in the very, very early days of like Alpha Minecraft, there was this mob. I think it was called Monster or Human or something like that. And it was literally just Steve. It was literally just a player. It was just another human player. Except it was AI controlled, and I think it just went around hitting people. That's all it did, really. But people seem to think that Herobrine could actually be a broken texture version of that model. So that version of that model could sometimes, very, very rarely, apparently, seep into newer versions of Minecraft with broken textures like the eyes and a broken gamer tag. Because it could also have possibly been another player in the world who just had like a broken skin texture, you know, missing its eyes, and it could also have been broken with its gamertag as well. The gamertag just wouldn't show, which is why people could have possibly thought that that might have been Herobrine. So another glitch I want to talk about is giant rabbits. There's an unknown glitch. No one knows what causes it at all, and I have never seen that before in my entire life. I actually had to do a little bit of research for this glitch section because I wasn't really aware of many actual like freaky glitches in Minecraft, and it's a surprisingly stable build. Minecraft itself, it's really stable, apart from these like little strange physics occurrences that just don't make any sense, and no one can seem to fix them, except from Mojang, who like years later finally managed to patch it out. So these giant rabbits. So there's a strange glitch that no one knows about, or no one knows how it works, that causes rabbits to become these giants, and they would often have like stretched out textures and stretched out models as well, and it looked really freaky. It's basically just nightmare fuel, especially if you don't like rabbits for some reason. And now, all the way back into Minecraft's very early days, the beta, the alpha, back when it was an infinite generation, which I think it is now, we're talking about the Farlands. So it was a very freaky early glitch that was caused by the end of the world terrain generation. So once you got to the edge of Minecraft, these strange like cave-like structures would be occurring basically on the edge of the map. And if you place items down on it, or in there, it become very strange. It behaved very strangely. Things like saplings would not grow at all whatsoever, no matter how much bone meal you feed it. The physics tend to not make sense there either, because it's just broken. And if you place a torch there, it'll most likely just emit no light at all. And if you're playing with fog on and low render distance, it can be very scary. A lot of urban legends have been made about it being like a strange second dimension or third dimension or whatever in Minecraft that just has no sense of physics. Now for a final glitch I want to talk about. This is also, again, like Herobrine, known a bit more as an urban legend. However, it is, in fact, a glitch. And I'm talking about player ghosts. So, there's these odd glitches from the console edition, where a second version of a player will actually follow you around and copy everything you do. I don't know the logistics of this or why this happens, but some people have said that it's some sort of strange test or debug feature that just somehow seeps into normal gameplay. No one really knows for sure why it happens, but that's pretty interesting. So with the glitches out of the way, let's talk fears. So, fears, what am I talking about? People tend to have a lot of these irrational or even rational fears, and the first thing I want to talk about is how the target audience of Minecraft, children, are often afraid of things like the dark, and are easily scared by like creepy and eerie sound and even simplistic monster designs. So already Minecraft is literally trying to intimidate its target audience with these features. I mean, it's not like it's actively trying to damage the mental health of children, but it can have that effect. And especially if like a creeper blows up and they're not sure what creepers are at that time, and it just happens randomly, it can really scar people. It can really set them off and be like, whoa, what's going on here? And especially People who have like PTSD as well. This isn't actually in my notes, this is just something that I thought of as I was saying that. So people with PTSD could have like PTSD with like explosions and things like that. Especially if it's like just a simple child or something like that. If they've somehow been caught up in like an explosion at a very early age, they play Minecraft not expecting what creepers can do. And then a creeper explodes next to them, they can go right off on one. So that's just something I thought of real quick. Moving on from that, people who suffer from fear of heights can also have a problem, especially when scaling Minecraft's new and improved mountains, especially for looking down. And people like me, arachnophobes, they will like panic every time I see a spider or a cave spider. Every time they're involved, it is nothing but panic. Every time I see one, I'm like, do I even go near it? Do I kill it? Do I need to kill it? Is it daytime? Is it nighttime? If it's nighttime, it's going to murder my face off. And what you also got to realise is that these spiders are not just normal small spiders. They are giant, horrible creatures. And cave spiders are even worse because they are slightly smaller, they are slightly faster, I think, and they can poison you. They are deadly, and their AI makes no sense. Because sometimes I'll just sit in a corner, minding its own business. Even if you just so happen to go directly past it without noticing it's there, and then all of a sudden, you hear a noise. Very horrible, creepy cave spider noise. And all of a sudden, you're poisoned, and you're like, what the hell is even going on? Yeah, it happens. I hate cave spiders. I hate spiders. Stop it. And now let's talk about another fear of mine, thalassophobia. I mentioned this earlier, back at the start of the video. So people like me with thalassophobia, they might not like Minecraft very much, especially if they have to cross oceans or rivers or have to go underwater. It's worse when Minecraft just spawns you in the middle of a deep ocean biome. It loves doing that to me. It absolutely loves that. A lot of the times where I just like to start anew, put in a really stupid, like what I would often do is I would put like really stupid words, like random words like bone or chicken, or even, I think I've even done like the names of Pokemon and things like that as the seed. And if you type words into a seed, what you'll find is that you will often just be simply thrown into the middle of a giant ass deep ocean biome, which gets even worse if you have the like the large biomes on, which I always play with because I don't like the terrain generation of normal Minecraft without giant biomes, because you end up getting like strange occurrences with like deserts right next to like normal plains biomes, and deserts like right next to ice biomes, and it's just like, can you just not? Can you please just be more like giant and interesting? It's like, can I please stop moving from one biome to another in like 10 seconds? I prefer it to be a little bit more, rounded off than that. And then there is claustrophobia. I believe that most people will have some degree of claustrophobia. I myself don't have much claustrophobia, but if I'm watching something about like really tight caves, oh boy no, not a huge fan of that. And because of my social anxiety, if I'm stuck in crowded places, I absolutely feel really claustrophobic with that as well. So yeah, there's that. And the new caves can definitely cause claustrophobia because, well, just take a look at this. Now you've seen that, I would like to move on to the next category, mobs. Although simple in design, undead mobs such as skeletons, zombies and zombie pigmen can have a fear factor. Since they're like dead creatures, and pigmen even have like exposed bones and the green blood and stuff, like the green fleshy blood stuff, yeah, that's kind of creepy. Especially if you're like 4 years old and you think that those things are scary. But like I said, Minecraft's target audience is mainly aimed at children. So children at that age will think that these creatures are a threat and can get scared by them. Spiders, they're big, they're scary, and they make the most disgusting sound in all of gaming. Cave spiders are especially creepy. Listen to this. Yeah, really creepy, right? Absolutely hate it. Now wolves, or wolves even, are cute until you accidentally hit them and they hunt you down. Same with dolphins. Polar bears seem cute and harmless. They might leave you alone. Or they might murder you in your sleep. Village raids. They can be very difficult on your own, especially if you get far enough to meet the Illusioner, the Vex, or the Witch. So they're kind of creepy mobs. So, yeah. Endermites and silverfish are ugly, tiny, and very quick. They're very hard to hit, and they can remind players of things like spiders, mice, and rats. You know, they scurry around, they're really quick, and they're about the same shape as like a mice or a rat. It's awkward and horrible and gross and creepy. Now let's talk about phantoms. Yeah, phantoms. No one likes phantoms. Phantoms only spawn at night. They have these freaky hisses and tend to dive bomb you out of nowhere. And they only go away if you sleep. Ghasts are freaky nether mobs that resemble jellyfish, I think? I don't know. Is it jellyfish that they're supposed to look like? It's so strange. But they often produce this really creeping crying sound. And it's awkward and horrible, and then they also love launching exploding fireballs at you, which can destroy nether portals and trap you in the nether forever. It is horrible to encounter these creatures. Especially the sounds they make when they die, it's just like really, really brutal. And then there's the Elder Guardian, which literally jump scares you when you get close to a water temples, I think. And then Enderman, just look at it. Just look at the Enderman and tell me that is not fucking creepy. Those things are horrendous. If you look at an Enderman in the eye, it will chase you, and the sounds it make, the sounds that they can make are horrendous. And now I would like to show you my first experience with the Warden. Okay, I just saw for the first time ever the Shulk. I am not ready for this. Oh, gold. I didn't see that when I came in. Oh no. I didn't even touch it. Please stop. Sneak 100? I don't know what that means. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to look. Oh. Oh, that's horrible. What is that? Can I even break this? Ugh. These sounds are horrible. Oh, it's an ancient city. Oh no, what? What? Okay. I'll just, you know. It keeps drowning out the light. What the hell? Ow. Okay. I'm not seeing the Warden so far. Okay, I know you can run on wool. Except from when, obviously, this moss and stuff is growing on it. Now, where's that Warden at? I don't even want to know. Down the stairs. Oh, I don't want this thing. I don't want it to appear. Oh, there's a chest there. Let's try and grab that. If I place a block down, will it tell the Warden that I'm here? Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Oh, those sounds are horrible. Ugh. What the hell? Does it know where I am? Oh, it does. Oh, shit. Oh, there's lava. Oh, please, no. Where is it? Oh, it's there. Oh, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no. It one-shotted me? What? Are you serious? Shit. Oh, and we're back. Minecraft sounds. So, let's have a look at some cave sounds. Cave sounds are often freaky, they play unexpectedly, and only play in or near caves. Have a listen to some. Spider sounds. We already covered this earlier. The loneliness of Minecraft's music. Just take a quick listen to some of Minecraft's music and tell me that it's not lonely and empty feeling. Now let's have a quick listen to Nether ambience, and I mean, it's really eerie. There's another thing in Minecraft, known as footsteps. I know, very simple, but they often sound like they're actually behind you, leading players to feel paranoid, as if something is following them, or nearby. Then you've got the hissing of creepers. Just before they blow up, it fills players with a sense of unending dread and panic. Similarly, the hissing of phantoms at night is also creepy. Especially when you lose sight of the phantoms, you never know where or when they will dive bomb you again. Then you've got the new skulk sensors that let out a sound that alerts the Warden to your whereabouts. One misstep can cause a player panic and dread. And then the lack of constant music can cause another sense of eerie loneliness and emptiness, and can also make the sounds of other mobs and other just ambient sounds like walking and things like that. It can make them sound like they're louder and closing in on the player. And then you've got a groan and growls of zombies, which are also really creepy. I mean, take a listen. Have you ever stopped and just listened to the crying of a ghast? Have a listen. Thunderstorms can freak some players out due to the loud noises and the anxiety that comes with having a wooden house with no lightning rods. Now, with the sounds out of the way, let's talk about urban legends. Herobrine. First of all, what hasn't already been said about Herobrine though? Herobrine is creepy. He's a very old urban legend in Minecraft where players would encounter this Steve-like entity who would grief your world, delete like the leaves off all your trees. People made shrines to supposedly summon him, which obviously never works because that just doesn't work in general, because Herobrine does not actually exist in the games. It's still just a creepy urban legend that Mojang and Microsoft still enjoy playing at. That's just one of the things. It happens. And what else about Herobrine is creepy? The fact that you can supposedly find him in the fog, off in the distance, stalking the player, and apparently has like nothing but white glowing eyes and is unable to be killed or whatever. And apparently there's an ongoing storyline with Herobrine and Entity 303 and Null and things like that. Speaking of which, Entity 303 is said to be created by a group of hackers who are basically just pissed at Mojang for whatever reason and want revenge on both Mojang and the player, and I guess Microsoft as well. Maybe they weren't happy about the fact that Mojang was bought out by Microsoft, I don't know. And then, also speaking of urban legends, Null. So Null is another of these random player-like entities. It's said to stalk the player and fill rooms with darkness and spawn mobs. I would actually really like a mod of that. I'm sure there is a mod of that somewhere, but that can be really brutal, especially if it's something that you're not expecting. You're just like walking into one of your farm rooms and all of a sudden it just gets pitch black and then there's mobs, loads of mobs just spawning all about a room and you can barely see anything and it's just horrible. That's what I assume Null is like. I haven't seen much of Null at all in like 5 years. I'm pretty sure like Herobrine, Entity 303 and Null are like nearly dead at this point. I'm sure there's loads of different like really boring urban legends in Minecraft now. Like I think I saw something recently that was called like Entity 0. Like seriously? Is that what we're doing here? I'm sure there's something like Entity 404, which is like Entity 303, but it can't be found. Ooh. Okay, the last urban legend I want to talk about really is Haunted Seeds. I used to really be interested in potentially haunted seeds, or seeds that were really freaky or would drop you in really terrifying situations. And one of the ones that is always in the back of my mind is this one called Orphan. If you typed in the name Orphan into the seed generation, I don't know which version of Minecraft this is on. It's probably something from like beta or alpha even. It's said to, I'm pretty sure it drops you in a cave. And the story of this cave is that the nearby village had like an orphan villager and took it to the cave and then killed it or something. I can't really remember. It's been a very long time since I've even looked at things like haunted seeds. But I've always had like this little urban legend. I don't know where it came from or who mentioned it, but it's like every time you see like a cross shape, like the Christian cross shape in Minecraft's like natural terrain generation, that means that there's something spooky happening in the world or things like that. And it also doesn't help with often you might do these things and you might end up getting like an error message. And these error messages take you to like text files. And the text files kind of like talk to you. And it's like, oh, what the hell? This doesn't make any sense. So I don't know why, but I had this brief period of time in Minecraft years ago where every time I like tried to go into a nether portal, like half the time it would just crash the game. And it was always on these supposedly haunted seeds that I was playing on. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it's kind of funny. And then you get these like text documents that are like, oh, I want a cookie or a cupcake or things like that, and it's just sort of like, Minecraft, can you please just stop talking to me? You're kind of creeping me out. So that's going to be it for urban legends. Let's move on. Now, what I want to talk about is probably the real world aspects of Minecraft and how it can be seen as kind of scary. And a little bit of a warning, this definitely tackles things that might be a little bit too real for some people. So what I want to talk about first is scamming. Scamming has been witnessed across a bunch of servers throughout the years, and even through emails and ads. Things like terrible Minecraft clones, like, oh, here's free Minecraft, oh, but it's actually like a terrible clone of Minecraft, and it can lead to like viruses and trojans and malware and things like that. There's phishing emails trying to scam you into giving them your like personal information and bank details and things like that. Then there's these free Minecraft ads. Like I said, it's often just like malware and viruses and trojans and things like that. And there's even in-game currency scams, where in servers you can have these people who are like, oh, I've hacked such and such, and here is some money. If you give me your details, I will give you these in-game currency things, and blah 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 blah. So the scams in Minecraft can lead to some terrible, terrible consequences. So please just do not look at, like, don't take the advice of people who are like hacking Minecraft on servers. Do not trust emails unless you know for fact that it's coming from a very reputable source. And just have ad blocker on, please. Even on my videos, I don't care. Because I know that right now YouTube is having a problem with ads that are less than reputable, and no one likes that. But just, I don't care. I don't make money off of these videos anyway. But if you have like an ad blocker, keep it on. Otherwise you might accidentally get a virus from ads claiming you can get free Minecraft. It's not real. It's not happening. Now, let's talk about hackers. Hackers exist. They really do. I have seen hackers actually on servers. I can't remember what server it was, but I used to play server very, very, very long ago. Years ago, like, we're talking like 2016, 2017, 2015. I can't remember what server it was for the life of me. The only thing I really remember from it is it had a very interesting version of Hunger Games. Like the Minecraft Hunger Games. I always thought it was like Hypixel, but when I've been on Hypixel recently, there has been no Hunger Games, so I don't know if they just took that off, or if it's actually a completely different server that I don't actually remember the name of. But I did see someone who was like, oh look, I'm a hacker, and then he just starts doing like cheat things and flying about and things. It's sort of like, okay, I'm just going to log off of my account now, log off of Minecraft, and hope that he does not try and hack my account. But that has happened many times, you can often find hackers on like servers with lower security, usually just hacking in like cheats and flying about and stuff and just being, you know, a general nuisance. But it's also been known that these hackers have been known to just hack player accounts as well. Steal their accounts, steal their in-game like currency items and things like that on servers. And it's just, you've got to be so careful these days because it does happen. And since Minecraft became popular amongst all ages, and not just, you know, children or teenagers or whatever, there's been many occurrences of predators catfishing people, including children, on online servers. And with even like on social media, they could use Minecraft to lure in people and take advantage of them, and that is never okay. And we've even seen it with several like Minecraft YouTubers who have used their fame, fortune and content to lure in and take advantage of innocent people, and that is just wrong. It is horrible and wrong, and it is the scary truth of online children's games and content. It happens. There has been many warnings from parents, to teachers, to professionals, the police, mental health specialists, online social media representatives and things like that, and even Mojang, Microsoft and the Minecraft teams themselves have always been proactive at finding out these things and making sure it's as well kept as possible. And although a lot of people absolutely hate the new censorship in Minecraft, where on servers you're not allowed to say certain bad words, but I do like the fact that they are still trying as many different ways as they can to protect the young and the innocent from people who are just, you know, not nice people at all. And being able to limit certain words and things like that can also harm the chances of things like online predators and hackers and scammers to do anything to compromise these people or their accounts or their in-game currencies or anything. I do like the fact that Minecraft and Mojang and Microsoft or whatever are still trying their best to keep players safe. Minecraft is getting scarier in the game's content itself, and thankfully the team behind the game are still always looking to help those in need when things like the real scary stuff happens with scammers and hackers, online predators and more. Abuse happens all over online gaming. MMOs, we've seen it so many times. The massive, horrible truth of the later days of Club Penguin. We've seen that. We've seen so much horror and disgust come from things like this. It's the true horror of Minecraft. Of course, like I've said before, the urban legends are sounds, the mobs, the fears that you can experience, the glitches that you can just walk across, the atmosphere itself. I really hope I can change some of your opinions and let you know that Minecraft is not... it's not the most innocent of games. Mojang know what they're doing. They know that players want a more lifelike, more terrifying experience in certain areas of the game. That's why they introduced the Deep Dark, and the Deep Slate Caverns, and the Dripstone Caves, and the Ancient Cities, and the Warden. They know that players want these freaky things in Minecraft. Even younger children want these creepier things in Minecraft because of the reactions that they can get out of it. However, sometimes it's just too much. There has to be a fine line. And what Mojang is doing is definitely walking that fine line between perfectly innocent and freaky as all hell. And I love that about the game. I don't think it's a bad thing that this game can be considered as scary. But with that being said, it being scary can be a bad thing for some people. A lot of these scary things in Minecraft, like the fears that you can experience, can be really triggering for some people. Like I keep saying, I hate Minecraft's oceans. I hate the spiders. And there's mods that make it so much worse. Like, there's mods where you get these giant nether spiders. And then when you kill it, it pops out more tiny little horrible spiders. I absolutely despise that. Mods can make the game so much more intense and so much more creepy than it ever deserves to be. But Microsoft and the people behind this game are doing a very good job of making sure that there's definitely some creep in this game, and I love that about it. Oh, before I go, there is one more thing I would like to quickly talk about. A quick announcement, if you will. So I've recently been playing a lot of Minecraft. Finally. Minecraft is back on my Minecraft list, my game list, or whatever. And I actually want to do a project on Minecraft. This is not going to be a Let's Play. This is going to be a alongside project that goes alongside all my other videos. Kinda like the whole Namco Museum Archives. That is a side project as well, but I'm doing it as a one-off at the same time. So what I want to do is, I want to play Pixelmon. Specifically Pixelmon Reforged, I think. And I want it to be a series that is very long and very fulfilling. Now, I know that Minecraft can be really boring to watch, so I'm gonna do my best to try and cut out the boring stuff, like the really long mining, the parts where I basically spend ages crafting items and things like that, and all the boring parts of exploration. I want to keep it as minimalist as possible so that you enjoy watching the videos. It might take a few attempts, but I hope you stick around for it, because I'm not finishing that series until I have caught every single legendary, and if you're, you know, one of the younger generations of Pokemon players, mythical Pokemon. So every single legendary, and as Game Freak likes to call them now, mythical Pokemon, I'm not finishing until I have all of those. And obviously the main team has to at least get to level 100 at some point. And I expect that to happen during the process anyway. So yeah, I hope you look forward to that. I have no planned release date for any of this, and pretty soon I'll be also announcing my next Let's Play as well. So please be on the lookout for that. Please like and subscribe, it's always free, and I'll see you later.